this is why I think Volkswagen might be actually talking about these two at the same time. The fact that weight is going to be a problem for the ID. Buzz, could that be what they've got in mind for the ID. Buzz California Cruise? Take a look at the back of this van. Right now it's a blank canvas, and if I wanted to turn it into a camper van, I'd probably start fitting it out down the side with kitchen units, a sink, a hob and all the other bits and pieces, and most of that would stay in there whether I was camping or not, if I went for the traditional layout, that is. But Volkswagen has just announced a completely different setup for the California beach. A kitchen that weighs less than 10 kilograms, can be fitted and removed in a matter of minutes, and is inflatable. Yes, you did hear that right, inflatable. And that's exactly what I first thought when I first saw it. But looking into it in a little bit more detail, it's actually got some legs. Or not, as the case may be. Now, this concept by Volkswagen does sound rather intriguing, but they've also announced something else as well. A brand new electric campervan, an ID. Buzz California campervan. More on that in a moment. And I think these two announcements which they've made will tell us quite a lot about the future of campervans, because I think they may well go combined together for very good reason, which I'll come on to. Now, Volkswagen say that they're going to be showing these two concepts at the Dusseldorf show. That's the Caravan Salon later this month. And both these vehicles, or the concepts of, are going to be on show so you can actually see them for yourselves. Now, this California beach with the inflatable kitchen and bed system as well is rather intriguing, and it's been developed with a company called Stuff Bubble. Now, these have currently got similar products already in existence which are used for other vehicles, which I'll show you in a second. Now, for the time being for Volkswagen, these products are just concepts, and VW do say that they're going to gather customer feedback. It will be interesting to see how these products develop. Now, I don't think we're saying that every campervan Volkswagen are going to produce is going to have an inflatable kitchen, but this is certainly going to be an idea towards the future for very good reason, because it is a lot lighter. So I think Volkswagen are asking that question: does a campervan really need a full campervan? Now, I don't think Volkswagen are going to be saying that every campervan they're going to build is going to have inflatable furniture, but I think the feedback is going to be quite valuable to see kind of how this develops in the future, especially with that ID. Buzz which I mentioned. Now, the partnership makes a lot more sense when you actually have a look at who Stuff Bubble are. Now, this is a company that was founded by Benny and Markus, who originally met through flying. Benny comes from the paragliding world and works in development, while Markus was a keen camper, and he's also got his own YouTube channel, although it's in German, so I've not got a clue what he says. But his YouTube channel is Fan for Van, and it does look really good, even if I don't know what he's saying. Now, Stuff Bubble's starting point is completely different to a traditional campervan builder. They know lightweight technical textiles and inflatables, and they're applying that knowledge and that thinking into the products which they're making. And if you look on the website, some of these are already in existence, and they do look pretty cool. If their thought is, all these campervans have got really heavy materials in them, and the campervans need to be lighter, how could we make them lighter? You can certainly see where the concepts come from. But it's not just a concept, because they have got them. Now, the VW specific system which we're talking about here, it's designed to go into that existing luggage system in the California beach. And the beach is the one which doesn't have the full kitchen in it. The California Ocean is the one which has got the full kitchen units down the side and the electric popped up, etc. The beach has just got the bed in the back, the kind of full width seat bed, and also the popped up which sleeps two people up there. So Volkswagen do say that the complete module in the back has got a 120 centimetre wide by 44 centimetre deep by 47.5 high, and the whole thing weighs less than 10 kilos. So it is a really lightweight system. And it consists of an integrated closed circuit sink. So it's got the water system there, and it's also got the separate, I'm going to call it a pod, which you can use for your cooking as well. And these look as though they can be put together, but they can also be separated as well. And it means that you don't actually have to have them inside the van, but you can also utilize them outside the van as well. So again, a living area inside and also outside. But what that also means is it's really easy removable. So you can decide, right, I'm going away. So you can take it out your garage or your storage location. You can put it in your van. You can arrive at your destination. You can either cook inside if it's raining, if it's the UK, Although not at the moment, it's blooming glorious, isn't it? Or you can take it outside, you can cook outside. Then when you finish your holiday, you go away and you can store it in your garage, your shed, or wherever else you're going to store it. Just appears to be a really easy system, and the fact that it's so lightweight, it's only going to take one person to do it. There are obviously other existing systems similar, but they're not inflatable, they're not lightweight. So it's just another option. So instead of carrying a fitted kitchen to the shops to work, doing the school run and things, it's removable. So you can have an empty van for when you're doing stuff like that. And then when you're going camping, you've got your camper. And the bed system operates in the same way. The bed has got a sleeping surface of 2 meters by 1.34 meters. So it's actually a reasonable sized bed. And Volkswagen say that you can configure it in a double or a single. And the double weighs 12 kilos and the single, half the weight, at 6 kilos. So again, really light, really easy for one person to remove and obviously install as well. And they do say it's a multi-layer breathable system, so it's not going to be just a cheap airbed mattress. And VW do say that with the bed in place, it still gives space for people to relax and cook and do the general things which you do in a camper van. And you're going to have 2 people who are able to sleep downstairs and also 2 people to sleep upstairs, because you've obviously got the popped up roof as well. And with the fact that things are removable and interchangeable, you can have the kitchen with you, you don't have to have the kitchen with you. You can have the bed with you, you don't have to have the bed with you. It's all a modular system, so you can pick and choose as to what you need on any given day. And if you don't want anything, then just use it as a people carrier. It sounds like a really good system. But that's all the advantages, and I don't want to just sit here and just talk about all the great things that seem to be done with it, because there obviously are going to be a few questions, shall we say, as well. Because what you're going to do with storage, because if you do have full kitchen units down the side, then you've obviously got storage in that as well. Now, if you've not got those there, what are you going to do for that storage? And also, how stable is this inflatable system? How is it going to cope with the daily usage of being cooked on, washing up in it, and the grease and the grime and the dirt and things like that? How is it going to handle all that? Perhaps if you spoke German, you'd be able to watch the YouTube channel and find out how other people are doing. But these are all questions. And the storage side of things, that's going to be no different to, well, me, for instance, when I start developing this. And that's when I'm going to be talking about storage solutions, which I'll use for this. And that'll be removable boxes, removable storage compartments, which I can use, again, kind of like a modular system, where I take a box full of my kitchen utensils, my pots, my pans, my cutlery, and things like that. But if I'm not cooking it, I'll take it out. And it seems like this would be the same. And there's lots of companies producing those products now, because a lot more people are using different kinds of vans for doing things, and they might be using it one day to be doing the photography and the videography, or they might be going paddleboarding, so they might need a box full of the wetsuits and the beach gear and stuff, and then another day they might just be going camping and going for a nice little stroll somewhere. So because people's lives are different, these companies are developing these products for storage solutions so people can pick and choose what they take, where and when. So yeah, so I'm keen to see this. The advantage of the fixed unit is obviously that you do have storage already set up. It's a bit dark here, isn't it? You do have, ooh, that's nice. So you do have storage when you've got the kitchen units down the side, but you still could be lacking it. You're still going to need other items of storage, and people with full layouts in camper vans still have other bits and pieces somewhere else. So those storage ideas, would be beneficial for a full kitted out camper as well. But obviously that full kitted out camper is basically, you open the door, you're in, and everything's there. So there are going to be pros and cons to these different systems, like there is in everything. What is going to suit somebody might not suit somebody else. The removable idea could be a real benefit to somebody, but to that person who just wants to drive somewhere, pull up, turn the kettle, put the kettle on, it's not going to be. We all have different opinions, we all have different preferences, we all have different needs, and we want to do different things. So I'm just showing you kind of what there is. For somebody who's going to be spending, week or couple of weeks touring places, that full kitchen might be of benefit to them. But somebody going away, having one vehicle and only going away for the night here and there, then actually a removable system, may well be a better option. We're all different. And what is genuinely interesting here is, which is something I talked about before when I talked about the Kia PV5 with the slide pod in the back, which again is another option. People were saying, that's not a camper van. What is a camper van? You know, what defines a camper van? As far as I'm concerned, if you've got a bed, you've got cooking facilities, anything to do with habitation, then surely that's a camper van. Whether it's removable or not, it's still a camper van. What do you think? What is your definition of a camper van? Is this removable system a camper van to you? Or do you need that full kitchen down the side? And then we get onto Volkswagen's other exciting announcement, the VW ID California Cruise. What a name. And that seems to be the first of a new generation of electric camper vans. A new family which they're going to be introducing step by step up till 2028. So I'm not sure how long we're going to have to wait until we have a full-blown van. At the moment, there really is no information, so don't ask about any range figures or anything like that, battery capacities, what the payload's going to be, what the weight's going to be. And that is a very, very interesting question, because as far as the weight's concerned, that has been one of the kind of stumbling blocks with the ID Buzz, with converters actually building on the platform. A lot of converters who build camper vans, they started to kind of develop them, and then they've stopped because the weight restrictions have become an issue. But what we really are going to be needing to know is, like, what is that touring range? How is it going to cope when it's got some heavy equipment in it? What's the range going to be like? What is the weight of the van going to be like? Because obviously are restricted with licenses and things like that, because the weight is that big problem. How is that going to be handled? We just don't know at the moment. We're going to have to wait and find out. But this is why I think Volkswagen might be actually talking about these two at the same time. Now, that is just speculation on my behalf at this point. But the fact that they are announcing them at the same time, it would make sense that they kind of go hand in hand. You know, they are intertwined. The fact that weight is going to be a problem for the ID Buzz because it weighs so much to start with. This is a lightweight modular system. Could that perhaps be what they've got in mind for the ID Buzz California Cruise? You know, maybe Volkswagen are thinking, you know, how can we provide a camper van without adding all that extra weight? This could be a hint to what the future may be, because we certainly need to be reducing the weight of things with the size of the electric batteries. Very, very intrigued to see it. What do you think? What do you think of the idea of the inflatable units? What do you think about a proposed potential electric ID Buzz camper van? Let me know what you think about the inflatable kitchen. Is it a genius idea or is it a gimmick? I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on both these concepts because they are very intriguing to me. And if they are to you, then do subscribe, because I will be bringing more news as soon as we have it. And if you didn't see the video, which I did, about spending lots of days off grid and can you really do it, then you can have a look at that video here. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you soon.